32 minutes? Oh boy. Hey, what's up everybody? Renee Loki Geek here is back for another episode of The Mandalorian. Now it's going to be episode 4, chapter 20. And thanks to Carl Weathers, who took to Twitter earlier this week, he let us know that chapter 20's title is The Foundling and that he's also going to be directing this episode. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I enjoyed his directing in previous episodes in the past. And with the title called The Foundling, something tells me this is going to be a very Grogu-centric episode. And based on what we got in the trailers in the past, this may be those little tidbits that we saw during, I guess, his rescue. We're probably going to see some flashback stuff here, probably some Jedi. I remember there was like a flashback sequence, or what appeared to be a flashback sequence in one of the teaser trailers for the season. And it looks like we're going to get a lot of Jedi action, and more than likely that's going to be an explanation of how Grogu kind of got rescued or where he ended up and you know, the earlier beginnings of Grogu. So before we get into all that, let's recap really quick what happened in chapter 19. Chapter 19 was one of those weird episodes where it felt like I was watching two different shows in one. On one hand, we got a continuation of the Mandalorian storyline, and it picked things up from chapter 18 on Mandalore with, you know, kind of Din and Bo-Katan like reeling from, you know, the little in the water depth scene that they had experienced, and with Mando not really remembering much of what happened as he, you know, ascended into the deep waters there of Mandalore. Bo-Katan kind of knew what was going on, but was waiting to see if Din realized it, and the moment he doesn't, she's like, oh, well, yeah, no, everything was cool. Let's just get the hell out of here. They were pursued by the Empire, from what it appears like. We don't know exactly who these ships and this battalion was getting orders from. My guess is probably from Moff Gideon because of what transpired throughout the rest of that episode. Because all of a sudden we go to Coruscant, and now it becomes this interesting kind of new alliance episode in Star Wars where we're following the Doctor from, you know, in the past he's the guy that like would kidnap Grogu and he's trying to clone Grogu and all that stuff like that. Apparently he is now trying to live a good life, trying to live under the new order, the new alliance, whatever you want to call it, the new thing. He's giving a speech about what he was involved in, and then we come to find out that he is part of this like reforming program, and he meets up all of these former, you know, Empire people, and lo and behold, there's this lady who we come to find out is named Elia Kane. And she was like, you know, one of those like Empire people from the ending of season 2. She was on the same ship with Moff Gideon and all that. But she shows up, and immediately I knew right away she's up to no good. There's no way that she is in this reform program for herself. We also find out that Dr. Pershing still wants to be involved in his experiments and his studies on cloning. And of course, we all know the new alliance, new order, whatever you want to call it again. Cloning is not like a big thing because, you know, don't you remember what happened the last time we involved cloning?
Execute Order 66.
And he kind of confides in Elia. Is it Elia or Elia? Elia, maybe. Yeah, maybe it's Elia. And she encourages him to, you know, why don't you do what you want to do? I mean, you're doing it for the good of the people, and maybe these guys, they can't realize it yet, so you have to prove it to them, right? But of course, he needs equipment, and she's like, well, I kind of know where to get equipment from. You know, let's go to the junkyards where they have all the old Empire ships and everything like that. So they sneak in, they're on this old Star Destroyer, which is pretty dope, and he gets what he needs, and then they're getting chased, and boom, they get caught, right? And then the big reveal, dun dun dun, she was working with them all along, so she basically set him up. It was a trap.
It's a trap.
So now he's back on Coruscant, and they're now using this mind flayer to kind of alter his mind to help reform him even more. And she sneakily, gets in there and she pumps it up to 11. And now who knows what's going to happen to him? Turn into a vegetable, turn into a zombie or a slave or whatever it is. But she's all gleefully looking at him suffering while eating on those yellow biscuits that the Empire loved to eat on missions. All of that stuff was the majority of the episode. And then we kick back into the Mandalorian and Bo-Katan going back to meet up with the armorer, proving that he has bathed in the waters of Mandalore, that he is now a Mandalorian again, and Bo-Katan is too, because she got in the waters too. And guess what? You have no clan right now. You are a part of ours as long as you're okay with keeping your helmet on. And we all know she probably isn't. And that's where we are in the series so far. So a lot of interesting stuff there. And some things that I have a strong feeling that will pay off the more we get into this season, especially with the whole thing that happened on Coruscant. And I'm sure Bo-Katan is thinking something right now. With all that being said, let's dive into this episode. As always, if you haven't done so yet and you like what you're seeing so far, why don't you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you could get notified every time a new episode is uploaded. Don't forget, recaps can also be found on the Low Key Geek podcast channel, where you could access it through your podcast platform of choice. Just type in Low Key Geek and you can find the recap of this episode and all the other stuff that we do on there. And one last thing, if you are in a position to help support the channel and help the channel grow, don't forget to check out our affiliates in the description below. All right, chapter 20, the Foundling. Can't believe it's only 32 minutes, but let's go. All right, where are we? What is this? Okay, we're back here. What are they doing? Training? It's a nice little training camp of Mandalorians. You got weapons training. They're just shooting into the water. Hand-to-hand combat, flight training. It all seems very chaotic. It doesn't seem like there's any organization. Oh, he's training too. How cute. Don't forget your training. That thing really moving? Oh, he's gonna eat it. Eat it.
Playtime's over. I'm gonna need you to focus.
Oh, he's gonna train like a Mandalorian? What? These guys are probably like, thank God you saved us. Get me away from this maniac. He's gonna eat us all.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
If he is ever to rise from foundling to apprentice, he must learn.
Learn to... How is he gonna fight these guys? Gonna flip around like Yoda?
Then he's too young to fight.
Wow.
One does not speak unless one knows. Is that not the creed?
Well, I know.
This kid's a little bit of a smartass. Yeah, that's right. Teach him, freaking smartass kid.
Arm yourselves.
What do you know? You don't know nothing. Little brat. Look at these little things.
My dad was the same way. He's just proud of you.
Oh, that's so cute.
You take it easy on him, kid.
That's right. Try not to use the force too much. Melt his brain.
The darts in any order.
I see a brand new product placement for the holidays. Mommy, Daddy, I want a dart wrist bracelet like Grogu. Oh, the marketing at Disney is going nuts right now. Coming soon to Galaxy's Edge. Now your own trading dart wrist bracelet fire thingy-majiggy. Or new action figure Grogu, now with wrist dart action.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Ready.
No, all he knows is how to eat.
Get.
Oh!
Point.
Oh, it's like paintball.
Don't look at me, look at him. Ready.
He's like, he just ruined my robe. Oh! My robe! I only have one of these.
I've seen what you can do.
My potato sack.
Show them.
Oh, Grogu's gonna send him into the sky and flip him around.
Ready. Begin.
Ooh, ooh, bam!
3 points. Winner.
One doesn't speak unless one knows.
Nice job, kid.
Great job, kid.
It's like, I'm gonna kill myself now. Oh, what the hell is that? You know what? Serves him right. That kid is an annoying little brat. And now he allows himself to get captured by freaking Dragonlance over there. Highway to the danger zone. Oh, I'm out of fuel. Go on without me. I'm walking from here, guys. Oh no, me too.
I'm out of fuel.
Man, everyone's out of fuel. And they all suck. Oh, Bo's like, hell no. Got my ship, son. About to blast this thing out of freaking space.
I'm in basic training. I'll fly to the foothills, scale the rest of the way on foot.
I'll join you.
Pazvizla. Enjoy.
Is Mando and Bo gonna get it on? I don't know. They do make quite a pair, them two. Grogu needs a mom. Just saying.
You are too young to join them.
Okay.
If you wish to become a Mandalorian, there is much work to attend to.
Fine. Look at his waddle. Where's his little pod thingy? Is he not allowed to use it here? Come, I will teach you how to make s'mores.
Just as we shape the Mandalorian steel, we shape ourselves.
What is she making? Oh, it's so dramatic. I am making stuff. I'm gonna make you a baby spoon
Ourselves through trials and adversity.
and a disc. You are going to love this new
Before
breastplate.
we can reveal weaknesses.
Wow, is she making like a mini like chest plate for him? Oh, is this what's gonna trigger his flashback? Oh, it's like the door. Oh, I knew it. Oh, here we are. Oh, we got Jedi. Now, if I remember correctly, this is during Order 66, right? We must protect the young one.
The elevator! Get the youngling to Kelleran! Go!
Did she literally die in the elevator with him?
Everything's gonna be all right, kid.
Hey, is this Ahmed Best? It's Jar Jar Binks himself? Yes, it is. Oh, that's awesome. Go get him. Mesa thinks you're gonna die. Get him. Get him. Yes. Woo, badass. Look at that. See, now if they had Jar Jar do all that stuff, he wouldn't be like the laughing joke of a character that he's become. Oh. Wow. This is straight up like prequel stuff right here. That's pretty exciting. Oh, nice. Oh, now you do it. Holy cow. How are they going to escape? They're not going to get away from these guys. Wow. You just basically killed everyone on that train. Oh, it's that rock thing. So yeah. We definitely are in Coruscant.
Don't worry. We're gonna meet up with some friends of mine. But hold on. It's gonna be a bumpy landing.
We're going to meet up with some other voice actors and body people who did characters on previous Star Wars movies. Ooh. Okay, why is he so cute?
What about the others? There are no others.
Uh-oh. Oh, man. How are, like, seriously, how are they going to escape all that? What happened? Oh, he got knocked out of it. Fun fact, this is not the first time Ahmed Best has played a Jedi. I forget how long ago it was, but there was a game show, a Star Wars game show on Disney Plus. And Ahmed Best was the host, and he played a Jedi. And basically, it was a game show for kids to go through like these obstacles, almost like Hidden Temple, but Star Wars related. And they had to go through these things in order for them to become Jedi and all that. It was a really cute show. Unfortunately, it didn't last that long. I think it just came out at a wrong time, and it wasn't marketed at all. So, yeah. If you want to see him playing a Jedi for the first time, definitely check out that show. It really harkened back to like the Nickelodeon days of like back in the 90s and all that. So very, very fun stuff. At least I think it was on Disney Plus, or it could have been on YouTube under the Star Wars Kids channel. But regardless, I'll see if I could link it in the description of this episode. It's a mirror. No?
The tradition in our culture for each to donate a small portion of what they earn to the Foundlings.
Ooh, what is it?
Mandalorian steel shall keep you safe.
Wow. But where is it? Is that a shield?
Rondell as you grow into your station. Foundling grogu.
The thing is so big, though. Wow, look at that. Looking pretty snazzy.
We'll continue on foot from here. Any closer and it will hear the ship.
Aye, aye, Captain. All this just for a little bratty Mandalorian.
Climb at first light.
We will make camp.
That was one of the few times it really felt like they were filming on the soundstage, like in the volume. Almost reminded me of like some scenes in Obi-Wan.
You go off to find a place where you can take off your helmet.
Oh, so that's how they eat, huh? They just gather in a circle, get the food. All right, thanks for the food. All right, I need some privacy.
For the honor of staying by the fire. This is the way.
Oh, apparently this is the way. Look at you, Bo. You get the fire. Yay, we get to see Katie. Again, I have to ask, is this kid really worth it? I mean, look, I know it's part of the clan and this is what you do and this is the way, but it seems like an awful lot to risk for a little bratty kid that, you know, in all intents and purposes, kind of got himself into trouble. I'm just saying. Wee. Oh, look, it's a nest. Emphas nest. That's I'm so stupid. Oh, look, there's a helmet.
It's not here.
Whoop, the kid's gone. Let's go.
I see a heat source there.
Those are babies.
Until we clear the area.
He's my son.
Oh, now it makes sense. He's a hard head like you are. I knew it. I knew it. I knew there were babies. Go get them. Uh-oh, there's mommy. Oh! Ah! Yo! This dumb kid was in its mouth. Treating it like a worm. Ooh. Nice save. Oh, she was doing like her best Spider-Man just now. Now, take that in the eye, you bastard. This guy's not good with his jetpack, is he? There he goes. Get him. Oh. Oh. Of course. There's always a bigger fish.
Okay.
I'm okay, Dad.
Yeah, I'm okay.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Say it too, kid. Say thank you. What? No one says thank you? Freaking brat. Should have let him be fed to those little babies. And what's going to happen to those little babies? Now they have no mommy. Yay! He's back! Yay! This is the way! This is the way! This is the way! This is the way!
You have honored your house and all of Mandalore. You have done the highest honor of the creed,
Good job.
a foundling.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Foundlings in need of care and training.
Is that so?
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. I give them kudos. They took the responsibility. Now they will raise them like their own.
Or in need of a repair? Come with me.
Ooh, is she going to get some nice Beskar armor?
Would it be acceptable to wear one pauldron of the Night Owl and another with the Mythosaur?
Oh.
Belongs to all Mandalorians. It is always acceptable to wear.
I would like that.
Because I am planning to ride the Mythosaur and be glorious. I know that's what she's plotting. Has to be.
What would you say if I told you I saw one?
That you saw what?
What? She's gonna spill the beans?
This is the way.
You must believe me. I'm not lying. I'll prove it to you. I'll bring it here. And the end. Okay. I mean, cool. See, this is why I don't like these 32-minute episodes. Why can't they just stick to either a 45 or 60-minute time for every episode? You know, like, what is it with these? Last week it was like almost an hour and it felt long. This week you have this like quick 30-minute, you know, kid episode. To be honest, it felt very kiddie, and I know a lot of people are gonna say filler, you know, whatever the case is. I mean, I don't feel like we really progressed much in this episode. Well, let's recap. All right, so that was chapter 20, and yeah, I'll be honest with you, not my favorite episode of the season so far. We're still early in the season. We are, I believe, approaching that halfway mark now, but they got to do something with these kind of varying periods, like time formats for every episode. You know, like I said, last week we had like an hour episode, practically an hour episode. This week we have a 30-minute, but it really felt more like 25, to be honest with you. And I didn't feel like we got any real progression in this series. Now, I will say this though. It was really cool to see a little glimpse again back into, you know, Grogu's escape from Order 66. Awesome to see Ahmed Best in the episode. And the dude kicked ass. Like, I loved him, seeing him here, and I loved kind of, I guess in a way, and I don't want to say it like this, but this is like a redemption for him. He has been getting a lot of love from the Star Wars fans as of late, especially when he came out, you know, and he talked about how the backlash of Jar Jar, of him portraying Jar Jar, really took a toll on him mentally and all that. Fandom is toxic. It can be, you know, especially once the fandom deems something was badly done or whatever the case. But I'm happy he's able to have this kind of second life in Star Wars, and he's doing really well, and I love that they showcased him here in this episode. So that was definitely one thing I loved about the episode. Another thing I kind of appreciated too was like Bo-Katan, how she kind of still shows that she could still be that leader. And I think because, you know, being that she was abandoned by the people that she was working with before, and she was left all alone, you know, and she was always kind of bred to be that leader presence, that kind of, you know, ruler. Now she's kind of starting from zero all over again, and she's getting accepted into this new clan, and she was able to lead a group of Mandalorians to this stupid, silly mission to save this dumb kid who got himself, you know, captured by a freaking dragon or whatever. And I honestly don't think the mission was worth possibly sacrificing 5 Mandalorians just to save this one bratty kid. But she was able to lead the mission to success, right? So she got that, you know, that sense of, hey, I'm still good as a leader. I'm still doing well here. And she's getting in good favors with this new clan. Whether or not she's going to eventually use that to her advantage, I don't know. You could tell she's still thinking about the mythosaur that's still haunting her mind. Because also, I'm sure she's thinking about the lore and what that means in Mandalorian culture. If she could somehow tame it, right, and ride it, kind of like how Boba Fett, you know, tamed and rode the Rancor and all that. I could be wrong, so correct me if I am, but in Mandalorian history and culture, the mythosaur is again this mythic creature, and Mandalorians back in the day used to be able to tame these creatures for their benefit, to kind of be like, you know, their warrior buddies or whatever. And those who can tame it and ride these creatures are seen as these high prestigious members of of the Mandalorian community and all that. So since she doesn't have possession of the dark blade, right, because Din has it, maybe the next best thing for her is to get herself a mythosaur and go to town with it. But yeah, I mean, the episode wasn't terrible. It was really well directed. I just think, it was, in my own definition of filler. This did feel like a filler, and I hate throwing that term around because I think it is overused, especially in the fandom and especially in series like this. We just got done with season 1 of The Last of Us, and I felt like a lot of people were misusing that term filler for a lot of the episodes, when no, each of those episodes had meaningful things to uncover and unravel and more character development. Here in this episode, I personally don't feel like there was much development in anybody. Again, maybe with the exception of Bo, kind of giving her that sense of accomplishment once again, giving her that sense of belonging, acceptance. So maybe there is some of that character development for herself there, because, she finds herself in a position that she has never been in before. So it's good to see that. But, Din didn't do anything really in this episode. Grogu was torturing these crabs by the water for his training, and and then we got to see a flashback of him being saved and everything like that. So I don't know. Maybe it's also giving us a sense of the gravitas Grogu is experiencing with now having a home with the Mandalorians, right? Because they're treating him as such. He is going to become a Mandalorian with them. But he's also still in the ways of the Jedi. So is he kind of conflicted on the balance between the two? Which side does he belong to more? The kind of baggage and history that maybe is involved with both sides. So maybe Grogu is in that position where, he's a kid. So he's still trying to figure out where he fits into all of this. So yeah, at the end of the day, it was an episode. It was, okay, it was cool. Definitely not the type of episode that I thought you had to really rush to watch right away. I mean, of course, I didn't know that until I saw it. But yeah, it is what it is. I think just for now, I just want to see where are we going in this season, because my whole idea going into season 3 was we were going to spend a lot of time on Mandalore, because, Mandalore is abandoned, barren, and, you had both Bo, who really wanted to go back to Mandalore and kind of reclaim ownership of the planet. You have Din, who now has a dark saber, so in a way, he has the responsibility of kind of bringing things back to Mandalore and bringing Mandalore back to prominence, right? So I always thought that was going to be the huge main focus of the season. It very well could still be it. It's just they're taking their sweet ass time in all of it, because yeah, we went to Mandalore. He bathes in the water because he has to. We saw a glimpse of the mythosaur, and we find out that it is habitable. It's not toxic. It's not dangerous and all that. And then they leave. So when are we going to go back, right? When is that time going to be when it's time to go back to Mandalore and rebuild things, right? And maybe there needs to be an event that happens to force them to go there. I don't know. And then maybe that's when we're going to see Moff Gideon show up again and say, oh, now I got all of you back in one place and now I'm going to wipe you out again. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, for a 30-minute episode, there's really not much else to talk about. So that was it. That was my reaction and my thoughts on the episode. I want to know what all of you think. Did you enjoy this episode? Was this an episode that you really, felt like you were entertained with? Or are you a little bit more like me and you felt like, oh, what happened here? This was kind of a letdown. And, maybe, it wasn't that big of an important episode. So definitely let me know all your thoughts in the comments. That's about it for me for this episode. Again, if you haven't done so yet, I would greatly appreciate if you would hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Don't forget, hit the notification bell to get notified every time a new video is uploaded. For audio versions of the things that we do here on the channel, make sure to find the Low Key Geek podcast channel through your podcast platform of choice, where you could see the recap portion of this episode, along with many other things there for your downloading and listening pleasure. And one last time, if you are in a position to further help the channel grow, don't forget to check out the affiliates found in the description of this episode. You may find something very awesome for yourself or for a loved one. And with any purchase that you make, you'll be supporting this channel with no additional cost to you. And of course, I thank you so much for all of your support. But that wraps things up, and I'm about to head on out of here. So until next week, stay cool, stay classy, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time. All right, peace out, y'all.